Today's episode is brought to you by Patreon. If you're interested in supporting the show, go to patreon.com/JoshuaVelas and become a $2 backer today and get early access to the new episodes. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below, but for now, on to today's episode. You're listening to the Augment Experience podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Joshua Velas. I'm a student, musician, and a gamer at heart. Join me as I sit down every week to talk about all the latest news in the technology, business, and video game world. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. My name is Joshua Velas. I am your host as usual, and obviously welcome back to the show. Today's episode 224 of the show, and before we get started, we're just going to do a house cleaning quick because, well, you guys don't like to do it around here. It only makes sense if we do it, so let's just get on with the house cleaning. I do want to say thank you guys for coming back and listening to today's episode. It does mean a lot to me. You guys constantly take time every day to download these episodes, to share these episodes, to constantly keep letting me know how you feel, whether you like my stupid face or not, or my opinions or not. At the end of the day, your opinions are greatly appreciated at the same time because, well, you guys are also responsible for helping keep all this running and the fact that we even got as far as we have. So from the bottom of my heart, again, thank you guys so much for all your love and support. I honestly know I don't deserve any of this, but I'm eternally grateful for all that you guys do. So I always like saying that because let's be real, that's just how I feel, honestly. But I do also want to say thank you to the Patreon backers as well for supporting the show. So if you're a Patreon backer, thank you for supporting the show. And if you want to become a Patreon backer, you can click the link down below and, get some nice little benefits like early access to the episodes and stuff like that. But aside from all of that jazz, let's actually talk about today's topic, which this poll, if I'm being honest, this poll has not only been the most divisive, but I think the closest one, especially with how much interactions have been going on with it. Because to be honest, we were going to talk about Nintendo this week regardless, at least in a good way, not a bad way. We'll eventually deal with that too, but we were going to talk about Nintendo either way this week. We were either going to talk about their new subscription service that was announced, or we were going to talk about the Direct Mini that happened, which I have some notes pulled up here on the side. That's why, if you're watching the video version, so hello if you're watching the video version, I clearly have my notes pulled up here so that we can talk about some of these things that were shown off. There are some highlights that I don't need notes to talk about because I already have my thoughts about them, and I'm very passionate about talking about some of these things, which you'll probably find out very shortly. Just by the tone of my voice, you'll obviously know what I'm talking about. But when it comes to this Direct Mini, one, a lot of people were disappointed with the fact that it was not a full Direct. People were expecting a normal full-size Direct during E3 time because that's what Nintendo does every year. So people were excited. They were like, look, Nintendo, we're waiting for this full Direct. We're waiting for a normal Direct. Can you just hurry up and speed up the process? And then they announced they're only doing a mini Direct, and then they did a normal Direct for Xenoblade 3 because that's the big game coming out next month, or in this case, that comes out this month in July. So, some people were not happy. But when it came to the final result of what we saw at the Direct Mini, 25 minutes of just straight gameplay and announcements, I think arguably this was one of the best things they could have done. At the same time, this is also one of the best Direct Minis they've ever done. Let me explain why. So, if we want to look at the Direct Mini, which I have notes pulled up here, let's talk about what they started off with. This has been talked about multiple times. It started with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Personally, I will be doing my own review of it fairly shortly after I complete more time with the game and grinding, because to me, Monster Hunter Rise has been one of my favorite games on my Switch. I bought it day one. I bought it on my PC. I primarily played on my Switch, and I bought Sunbreak for my Switch account because my Switch account has everything, and I don't want to regrind everything on my PC account because that is going to be a pain in the ass. And, when you pumped hundreds of hours into a game, do you really want to have to regrind it again on your PC account to hopefully get what you like? I think you understand what I'm talking about. That can get infuriating. So they showed off a lot of great stuff from Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and so far I am thoroughly enjoying my time with it. Does it have flaws? Yes, we'll talk about that when we do our review in the near future. But I want to take my time with it, enjoy it, and then put a lot of hours into it. Maybe another couple hundred in there, and then we'll we'll see where we're at. But the next thing that was also shown off, and this is something that, for me, one of my friends pointed out that it reminded me of the homie Etika, RIP the legend. Etika was a big, if you're not familiar who Etika was, he was a big Nintendo YouTuber, Twitch streamer. Etika was just an incredible personality, definitely a hype beast through and through. But this next game, he realistically would have lost his figurative shit because they announced Nier Automata in a special edition for the Switch, and I'm like, yeah, this man literally would have lost his mind if he saw this. This was a really good port. I think I'm going to be very interested to see how this thing runs on the Switch. Personally, I'm not a big Nier Andromeda fan, or Automata, my bad. I'm not a big fan of the series, but there are people who are, and there's people that will clearly buy this game to play it portably on their Switch. So, hey, Switch users, if you want this game, it's going to come out. But the next big game that was really shown up, because the next 3 games were, if I'm being honest with you, very interesting. So they announced Super Bomberman R2. So Super Bomberman R was a game that was released with the Switch when it came out, and some people liked it, some people hated it. So the fact that they're making a sequel, hey, cool, I don't really care. This next game though, this is the one where I was like, I personally was losing my shit when I saw this, because they announced the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. And if you guys aren't familiar, the Mega Man Battle Network series is a very popular Mega Man series that was on the GBA. And these cartridges can get very expensive, primarily for 3 and 6, because there was 2 trilogies. It was the 1 through 3 and then 4 through 6. Yes, 3 and 6 are the best games in the series. Objectively speaking, they really were. They were the best games in their trilogy, and they're also the best games in the series. And yes, they're also split versions. That's why the actual battle, the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection is going to have all 10 games. And the fact that they said that they're going to do a physical release and a digital release, where the digital release, they will split it up into 2 volumes, how they did with the Mega Man X Legacy Collection and the other collections that they've done before. But the fact that the physical one will have both based off what we were told, that it will have both Volume 1 and Volume 2 on one cartridge. Yes, I will buy this day one. I'm a big fan of Battle Network. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time playing through it. I'm still playing through Battle Network 3 right now, and I'll, once this comes out, I'll play through all of them so I can know what people feel. The thing that I care, and I say this now, the fact that they did Battle Network, it only means that there's only 2 more collections that they can do, and the only other one that makes logical sense to do is not Legends. Let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. It ain't gonna be Legends that they're gonna do for the next collection. It's going to be Star Force, and I am a big mega fan, well, pun intended, for Mega Man Star Force. I love the Star Force series. I grew up playing Mega Man Star Force 2, Zerker, and Sonora. I had that game. I am currently playing through Mega Man Star Force 3, Red Joker, and I love that game to absolute death. I'm just currently stuck on something. And I eventually want to go through and play Mega Man Star Force 1 and choose which version. To me, if they ever make the Star Force collection on the Switch, I will literally probably kill someone to get this game. I'm not okay, I'm saying this now because someone's gonna get on my girl for this. I'm not literally going to kill somebody. I'm saying this right now. We are not doing that. But you get my point, is that I really want this, because to buy a copy of Mega Man Star Force 3 Red Joker is $150 just for the damn DS cartridge by itself. If you want the box, you better be willing to drop $350, bro. I'm telling you, when we get the Star Force collection, which we'll probably get it, let's just be honest here, the fact that they did Battle Network, we know they're going to do Star Force, because there's only 2 more collections they can do. It's either going to be Legacy or Legends. No one gives a rat's ass about Legends. They didn't even finish that garbage ass game. Star Force had 3 games. To be honest, they should have made the 4th one. If they really want to go balls to the wall, maybe finish the plans that you had for Star Force 4. Just saying. But just saying. No deal. No big deal, Capcom. Just give us the Star Force collection. Just please give it to us. I will buy it. I don't care what you like. I will buy it. I'll double dip too. But anyways, aside from that little side rant, because I'm telling you, I'm so excited when they finally make that game. But the next game that was really big was a Pac-Man World Repack. And this was an old, I think it was a GameCube game that was, or PS1, PS2 game that was a 3D Pac-Man game. And a lot of people were interested. So, hey, if you like those Pac-Man games, you're going to get something good. So, there's that. Next thing, Blanc. Nice little game that they announced. Pretty cool. Return to Monkey Island. I was kind of interested in the fact that they actually showed it off here. So, hey, people that like Monkey Island and like that series, we got a date for you now. So we know when it's coming out. The next big game, which I would say, looking at the other games shown off. Okay, I'm looking at the other games. Like, I'm skipping ahead a little bit just so I can. Yeah. So aside from this game, there was another game that was pretty big that actually made it look so much better. We actually got to see gameplay for Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And this game, a lot of people are very interested in now. They were already interested when they saw it because of how, the presentation and things like that. But now that they showed gameplay, a lot of people are going to be buying. I feel like this game is going to do well, especially with how good Mario and Rabbids, the previous game that they did with Ubisoft, that game did really well. So this game looks like a big improvement in terms of graphics, in terms of gameplay. A lot of people are probably going to be picking this up day one. So I think this was really nice that they spent a good amount of time showing this game off. And I'm excited to see what they do. The next game that I'm going to be referring to, I am surprised on how well they actually showed it off here. And that this is how this game should have been presented from day one. And that was Sonic Frontiers. The fact that Sonic Frontiers looked incredible, or at least it looked so much better in this direct, like what they showed off, how they were showing it off, what they were presenting, it definitely looks like a much better game. Like, I'm like, thank God they did something good. Like, I was laughing my ass off the fact that Nintendo did a better job presenting this than IGN, because let's be real, IGN really did not do this game any service. Like, I feel like their showcases were really bad, and just, to be honest, their showcases were just piss poor, guys. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I get it. They spent time getting access and playing these games, but like, the fact that the Direct did a much better job of showing this game off and got people excited for this, I'm like, should give Sega a hint, like, hey, do more of this. But they also showed this game called Disney Dreamlight Valley, for the Disney fans. They showed stuff for Live Alive, Square Enix's next RPG. Like, it's a remake, a 2D 2.5 HD remake. To be honest, a lot of people are probably going to pick this game up. I feel like this game, it was a very niche series back in the day and it didn't do so well. But now that on the Switch, hey, it could sell 1 million units. I hope it does. I hope that this game does well and that, hey, maybe they do something else with it. Minecraft Legends also got shown off. So we got to see more stuff from Minecraft Legends. To be honest, seeing Minecraft Legends, it's one of those games that I find very interesting. Like, people weren't that big a fan of like the other Minecraft games that were like spin-offs of Minecraft, but I feel like Legends, to be honest, I think it's going to do pretty good. I think a lot of people are going to be interested. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. Dragon Quest Treasures. Another Dragon Quest game. Dragon Quest on the Switch, like the other game that came, the other Dragon Quest game on the Switch, really good. A lot of people recommend picking it up if you haven't, because Dragon Quest is a pretty good game. So if you haven't played it, pick it up and then maybe try this new one. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. This is a game that is already out, and I think a lot of people don't really care about it because not that many people are big fans of like the Hyrule Warrior style type of game. Like, people, it's one of those things where Hyrule Warriors, like, the idea of it is okay, but like not that many people care about it. Like Age of Calamity, like, people only cared about that because it was like prequels to Breath of the Wild, which I'd say is pretty much the main reason that game even sold, was because it gave prequel information to Breath of the Wild, and we all know how people want more Breath of the Wild stuff. So, hey, all power to them. Like, I hope this game at least does pretty well, and it's Fire Emblem, so people like Fire Emblem. No Man's Sky also got shown off for the Switch. I think that was actually really cool. This next one, this next one was kind of like one of the last ones that they showed off, which is the Portal companion collection, which is Portal 1 and 2 running on the Switch. And these are older games. Let's be honest here. We know these games are older, but Portal 2 is still a timeless classic. This game is incredible. It's one of the best games Valve ever made. And the fact that it dropped on the Switch the day that this Direct came out, hey, I think it's a good pickup. I think for what you get, and you get both games, yeah, I think it's a good value. And I'm personally happy the fact that they even put it on here, because like I said, Portal 1 and Portal 2, specifically Portal 2, are clearly masterpieces. They're some of the best games ever made and truly defined a generation. But aside from all of that, that's pretty much all they did. And they did everything in about 26 minutes based off the runtime that it says right here. And to be honest, they did a really good job. I think with what they did for 26 minutes, I think they hit it out of the park. I think they gave us one of the best, most concise presentations that got the point across, showed games, got people really excited. To me, I was full-blown losing my shit when I saw the Mega Man Battle Network collection. When I saw that collection, I was like, this is the best timeline. There is no way this is really happening. And yet here we are. They literally gave us the Mega Man collection. I was like, good. The Lord is good. Truly, the Lord is good. But yeah, and then everything else too, like seeing stuff for No Man's Skies, Portal was a good surprise, like Minecraft Legends, the much improved presentation of Sonic Frontiers was a good surprise. Nier Automata, seeing gameplay for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope was really good. Pac-Man World Repack was also really nice. You know, for the people that care about Bomberman, hey, that's great. And obviously the final push for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Overall, Nintendo hit out of the park. I think they did. Like, the expectations were low, but they definitely delivered incredibly. And hey, if we do get another full-size Direct, I think we're going to see a lot of crazy stuff. But for now, with what we got with the Direct Mini, this was the best Direct Mini, period. And I think for what they showed off, it was a very, very strong presentation. And I think Nintendo did very well with what they had. And since the fact that it was all partner showcase and they managed to hit it out of the park and got the internet talking, hey, Nintendo did a good job. But let me know what you guys think. If you want, you can go see the presentation yourself and get a clear glimpse of everything so you can see it for yourself and see what you think. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you personally like what Nintendo showed? Do you not like what Nintendo showed? Are you disappointed that they didn't do a proper Direct outside of the one from Xenoblade 3? Or are you still super excited because you're now even more excited for maybe a potential Direct here this month in July? So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, thank you guys so much for your love and support. Thank you for downloading, for sharing these episodes, for constantly letting me know how you feel, whether you like what I talk about, whether you don't like what I talk about. At the end of the day, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for watching the video versions, for listening to the audio versions on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to listen to your podcast. I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful week and weekend. I know for me, this has been a very good week, especially for work. Like, we started our project here at the internship at Dell, and this is now the final push for the final project where we get to, present in front of some executives at the end of all this and see if we get a job offer. So fingers crossed, keep me in your thoughts and prayers that everything goes smoothly with all of this, and then I just have some fun and just enjoy this entire process, guys. But I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful week and weekend. I hope everybody had a safe and fun weekend, especially, if you celebrated the 4th of July, if you didn't celebrate the 4th of July. All I care about is that, hey, on Monday, or basically the Monday, July 4th, let's just say it like that. For me, my only hope is on July 4th, you got to enjoy some time with your friends, your family, people that you love and care about, whether you care about celebrating America or not. I don't care. I really don't care. What I care about is that you had fun and that you got to enjoy time with people that you love and care about. That's all to be honest, that's one of the only things that matters. That's really all that matters in this case. But I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I hope it's meaningful, thoughtful, engaging, and I hope that I was able to share some insight and just, share how I felt about talking about some of this stuff. Because to be honest, I really did really like this Direct. I took some time to watch it during my lunch break. But I love you guys to death. I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Hey there. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day and listening to today's episode. If you're interested in supporting the show, whether it be financially, clicking the follow button, or just sharing the episode, it all works for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I love you guys to death.